What do you mean? What do you mean? You went to Hollywood.
Do you condemn? What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. The story of Frankenstein's monster is the story of a mad scientist who created a monster out of a bunch of corpses, and that monster he couldn't control, and it ended up going on and hurting a bunch of people, including its creator, including the mad scientist himself. Because of course, these kind of monsters always turn on their creator, and you can see that across the political spectrum, where a Frankenstein's monster of wokeness, which is by definition really just a virus that destroys its host organs, is destroying the Democrat Party and destroying the activists inside the Democrat Party for insufficient wokeness and insufficient fealty to the next big thing. And the message, and ladies and gentlemen, it is glorious to see. I mean, it is wonderful to see. We are saying straight into our veins with clips like this of Kamala Harris speaking at her house in Washington, D.C., her house vice president's residence, right, in Washington, D.C., and there is a Democrat activist who storms her residence with a banner to scream at her during a Christmas party.
We work with you, we talk with you, we organize with you, we pray with you, we do so much work together. And just in this holiday season, it should be a joyful time of year.
Madam Vice President,
wanted to
I'm
have
a
the
big member of
opportunity
Delaware. Did you know that in Bethlehem they're not celebrating Christmas? Did you know that in Bethlehem, baby Jesus hung in rubble? Why did you vote for ceasefire?
Democracy and the right of everyone to have their voice
Why
be
did you
heard.
vote for
And so
ceasefire?
I appreciate the views wanting to be heard, but right now I'm speaking.
Vote for ceasefire.
All right, yeah, I'm tweeting, so Kamala Harris, it's like amazing. The leftist activists always say they shouldn't be comfortable anywhere. They should have no peace. And here they are turning on their own evil scientist, mad scientist monsters who created them. You did this to the country. Now you suffer the consequences. Alec Baldwin, one of the biggest Trump-hating lunatics, was himself attacked in the streets of New York, one of the bluest, most Democrat places on the planet. So what happened here? Alec Baldwin clashed with an anti-Israel mob, leftist protesters, woke leftist protesters in New York City after protesters accused him of genocide and taunted him over his on-set shooting of the film Rust. Baldwin was involved in a confrontation with a protester at a march in Manhattan. You ask stupid questions. Ask me a smart question, the actor said, after the protester asked him whether he supported Israel. The demonstration caused extensive holdups at major transit hubs, including Grand Central and Penn Station, where protesters waved flags and chanted. So Alec Baldwin snapped on a protester. Check this out, the classic Baldwin in-your-face scream. Into my veins. I love it. Let them eat each other. Go.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You went to Hollywood. Do you condemn Israel for the activists?
No, he has to support
Guys and children?
You already got your mind made up with whatever question you got, right?
Oh, I'm asking you a question.
I'm in Hollywood.
Is that your answer? Is that your answer?
You ask stupid questions.
Do you condemn?
Ask me a smart question.
Do you condemn Israel? Do you condemn Israel? Big man. Do you condemn Israel? Why'd you even come here? Why'd you even come here? To show you dumbass?
Oh, man.
Get out of here! Not this nonsense. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, straight into my veins. Let them eat each other. You people created this monster. Now you have to live with it. Actor Alec Baldwin angrily confronted pro-Palestinian protester in Manhattan Monday evening, telling the protesters to shut the F up, getting in his face before actor was led away by cops. Baldwin, 56, was spotted amid the crowd near West 29th Street. In a video posted on social media, the protester shoved a phone in the actor's face, demanding to know whether he supported Israel. Because I'm in Hollywood, Baldwin responded. You ask stupid questions. Ask me a smart question. Baldwin and the protester continued to shout at each other before the police led them away. What would have happened if Alec Baldwin didn't have a police escort, which he had to have all the way back to his apartment? Check this out.
I don't get it, Alex.
Why did Alec Baldwin?
Guys, give us some room. Give us some room. Thank you.
Like you and me? You're not different than us.
Look at this. Look at him.
Oh, now they know where you hang out. You coming again? Personal space, yo, you piece of shit. That's crazy.
Tell your wife and kids you said hi.
Listen to that. So, calling him an effing clown, and all the leftists turning on him. They're turning on Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin. Mr. Like, I played Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live. Mr. Like, far fringe lunatic leftist. Mr. I have pledged fealty and bent the knee to every leftist cause and donated to every Democrat that has ever run for candidate for office in history. Alec Baldwin, not sufficiently woke enough, attacked by his own side. Ooh, baby. What does this go to show you? What does it go to show you? Well, it's really clear to me two things. One, there's no appeasing these people. So why even try? You shouldn't try to appease them. Two, Alec Baldwin is a psychopath. A crazy person. And you should be careful when asking Alec Baldwin questions on the street because he's liable to attack you.
What brings you to New York City?
I asked you to leave.
Mr. Baldwin, who's here?
I asked you to go away. Please go away.
Photograph under somebody's private home.
This is not anyone's private home. Are you?
Private home.
This is not any. This is public property.
Go away.
Who's here? Did you really not pull the trigger? Do you believe it went off without you pulling the trigger? Was it a malfunction?
Alec Baldwin, Alec attack. New York Police Department protects Baldwin from profane, angry, anti-Israel mob. What I think is very interesting that, like, did Alec Baldwin call for the defunding of the police? I don't know, man. Did Alec, now Alec Baldwin has to wander around with, like, full-on police protection? Like, he has to have, like, an army of NYPD surrounding him? I bet Alec Baldwin probably called for the defunding of police. I bet. Somebody who never called for the defunding of police, Donald Trump, had this to say about Alec Baldwin when he was charged for the shooting on the set. And remember, Donald Trump was the person who Alec Baldwin mocked in his portrayal on Saturday Night Live.
Alec Baldwin, he punched somebody out during a parking dispute. I wish him luck.
You are responsible for your actions. You are responsible for the monsters that you create. And you, of course, are responsible for the despicable inability to have a world where everything isn't hyper-politicized and there is just nothing that brings us together anymore. Alec Baldwin, of course, an old, grisly, bitter, old actor living in Manhattan. Another one of them recently, a man named Robert De Niro, just had an on-camera meltdown during an award ceremony called the Gotham Awards. Never heard of him. But he lashed out at Donald Trump and he had his comments cut from his speech. And so then Robert De Niro, a grown-ass old man, short little man, by the way, flew into a temper tantrum on stage and started shouting and yelling at who? Apple, the sponsors of the event. So the left-wing sponsors of the event said, we don't want this to be some giant anti-Trump tirade. It's all getting old. And Robert De Niro flew off the handle. And much like the protesters in the street, spitting in Alec Baldwin's face and chasing him down, Robert De Niro utterly unhinged. These are not stable people. Check this out.
I just want to say one thing. The beginning of my speech was edited, cut out. I didn't know about it. And I want to read it. It was, thank you. History isn't history anymore. Truth is not truth. Even facts are being replaced by alternative facts and driven by conspiracy theories and ugliness. In Florida, young students are taught that slaves developed skills which could be applied for their personal benefit. The entertainment industry isn't immune to this festering disease. The Duke John Wayne famously said of Native Americans, "I don't feel we did wrong in taking this great country away from them. There were great numbers of people who needed new land, and the Indians were selfishly trying to keep it for themselves." Lying has become just another tool in the charlatan's arsenal. The former president lied to us more than 30,000 times during his years in office. And he's keeping up the pace in his current campaign of retribution. But with all his lies, he can't hide his soul. He attacks the weak, destroys the gifts of nature, and shows disrespect, for example, by using Pocahontas as a slur. Filmmakers, on the other hand, strive, and this is where I came in and I saw that they edited all that. So I'm going to say these things, but to Apple and thank them and all that, Gotham, blah, 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 Apple, but I don't feel like thanking them at all for what they did. How dare they do that, actually? But now I will go.
Yeah, not a happy person. Donald Trump, on the other hand, said that Robert De Niro has become a total loser. Into my veins. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody likes the new Democratic Party. Nobody likes the wokeness inside the Democratic Party. Not even Democrats like Democrats. Biden gets low marks on Israel, particularly from young voters. New polling finds this is something that is causing a massive civil war and schism inside the party, and you have no one to blame but yourselves. You created the monster. Now you live with it. Ooh. Oh, it is just delicious to watch. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay salty. See ya.